everyone. Welcome once again at Joda Priest Live Talk. Your host is Dr. Osako Djemo, and today I have a fantastic guest that is joining us, a wonderful woman. I've met this lady, and she has changed my life. She's just a blessing. So I want you to meet Miss Victoria Ferrer. She is a professional financial advisor and a personal power and public presence coach who helps people gain clarity with their money and confidence in their voice. So Miss Victoria is passionate about empowering individuals to take control over their finances and lead with authenticity. So welcome to the stage, Miss Victoria Ferrer.
Thank you, Dr. Marie. It is my pleasure and, of course, an honor to share the stage with you. I love that.
It is a pleasure to talk to you. I know that, I've known you for a brief moment, but I feel like I've known you forever. So, well, thank you so much for coming to talk with us today. Money is kind of a talk of the time because everybody want to know about money. Everybody want to know if you have somebody who can give advice on the finances. You don't want to let that person go like that. You want to grab them. You want to listen and figure out how can you make your finances better, right? So,
Right.
do you want to tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how do you help people who come across you?
Thank you for that opportunity, Dr. Marie. Actually, I have two missions in life. The first mission is very emotional, traumatic, because like 16 years back, my husband, who was a Jordanian, passed away in Jordan. And no life insurance. I had 5 children. And so there was nothing. And I was just looking at my children and I said, oh my God, this was really a big mistake of not taking care of protection. And I made it a mission that once I come to the US, I will help educate people, families, and individuals about protection. I don't want them to experience what I experienced, Dr. Marie. It's okay, I will suffer, but what about my 5 children? So I entered into the world of finances, making sure that educating the families about how much do you love your family?
Mm.
Talking about living benefits. I thought that life insurance, for example, was all about death. When a life insurance agent comes to me and said, no, no, I'm not dying. So don't come to me. I'm not dying yet. But what happened? Husband passed away. And I didn't know that there were also living benefits, Dr. Marie. Long-term
Mm.
care, chronic illness, even cash accumulation. I didn't know that. And now when I tell the families or individuals and they would say, oh, I didn't know that. What about for your retirement? Maybe in the next 7 years you will be retiring. Have you prepared? Have you saved enough money to retire? Because usually when I see those retirees and they say, Vicky, I wish I had saved more because now the money that I receive monthly is not even enough. And so, are we preparing? I had an incident where one of the husbands passed away, and I was asking them, do you have money for in case anything happened? Oh yeah, yeah, we have our savings. But you know what happened, Dr. Marie? Husband passed away, they lost all their savings. So instead of grieving only for the husband who passed away, they were also grieving because they couldn't pay for the final expense for the death benefits. And had they
Mm.
prepared for that earlier, this couldn't happen. And you see how
Wow.
passionate I am because I feel
Mm.
I meet many people who are suffering just because they didn't prepare, they didn't protect themselves.
Mm.
and
Oh,
and
wow.
so yeah, it's really sad. And then what can I do? They call me and they say, Vicky, my husband, God forbid, was diagnosed with cancer. What can I do now? It's too late, because once you have the diagnosis, it would be difficult for you to get the insurance. So please, my appeal is always, please, let's prepare early, because when you
Mm,
prepare early, you leave a love letter to the ones you leave behind. And you say
mm,
that I will not let these people suffer. I'm going to prepare for whatever happens to me and let my family grieve, but not grieve because they will lose the savings, they will lose the future. So
mm,
that is something, Dr. Marie, and anyone is welcome to ask me about how they can protect themselves. My second passion is I am a personal power public presence coach since 2003 in the Middle East. I stayed in the Middle East for 20 plus years. I worked with business owners, professionals, women. In the Middle East, sometimes the women are a bit laid back. They say, oh, my
mm.
husband can talk for me, my children can talk for me. But I always tell them, no, you have your own voice. And when you
Yes.
share your story, it doesn't
Mm,
need to be the success story. It can
yeah.
also be the failures and how you
Mm,
thrive. We
mm,
want to listen on lessons learned. How did you
yeah.
thrive? How did you survive? And that's what happened to me, Dr. Marie, because coming
Mm,
from the Philippines, landing up in the Middle East, the women are very strong minded. And I
mm,
was like, I don't even know how to reply. I don't know how to respond. I couldn't find my voice because I was thinking, oh, I'm an Asian. I can't talk. But I found my voice, Dr. Marie, and I said that I'm going to help others do that. And I became
wow.
the district director of 7 Middle Eastern countries. I also became the training consultant in 5 American universities, branch campuses in Doha, Qatar, and then became
Mm,
the region advisor for the Middle East, Europe, um,
wow. Wow.
yes, UK and Ireland,
Oh,
and of course, West and South Africa. So these
oh,
two, when you see me talk passionately, it comes from my heart and soul.
yeah, I can definitely see that. But I want to start by saying, I'm so sorry for your loss. But
Mm,
it is, very little that we see somebody taking a sad story and use it as a passion to change other people's life.
yes,
Um, I'm so speechless just to see that you were inspired by something that broke you down, you
yes,
know,
yes,
just you did not want to stay down, but you took that as a lesson and say, you know what, not only that I'm going to be grieving and staying on the floor, but I'm going to stand up, not just for myself, not just for my family, but I want to help everybody who is out there who needs this help. And most of the people, when you come to us and you say you want to give us some advice on finances, and I'm like, oh, it's just the financial, what is it, insurance, right?
yes, yes.
So, and then you're like, you know what, that is for when I pass away. My company has one, my husband has one, or my brother has one. So you are kind of shifting things around because you don't know the goodies that are in there. Like right now, I'll tell you the truth. I did not know that there are cash accumulation that
Mhm.
is in there. I knew about the living the
Benefits.
benefits where you can still pull some money out there while you're still living when you are in a certain condition. But I did not know that they have. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the um,
Cash
cash
accumulation.
accumulation, please?
So when you get a life insurance policy, you can get a rider called cash accumulation, where you make it, it's like putting the money in the bank, but it has a higher interest, Dr. Marie. So you see
Mm-hmm.
in the bank, you hardly have what, 1, 2%. It's
Mm-hmm.
hardly anything. But here, it can go from 4% upward depending on the situation of the stocks. And many people are surprised. Oh, I didn't know that. And so
Mm.
when we educate ourselves and be aware that there are different options that can be better for you. Why not? I didn't know also that children can have their policies of their own until they become 18 years old. Then they can withdraw the money and they can use it for their housing, to buy a car, for education. And
Mm,
mothers and parents start realizing, oh my God, as early as 6 months old, my baby, I can already, give premiums every month instead of buying them useless toys or some other gadgets that later on they will
mm,
not even, they'll throw it away. Give them money
absolutely, absolutely.
monthly. And
Mm,
then they will say, thank you, mom and dad. At 18 years old, I have money that I can buy. And this is something that they will never forget because this is for your children. Again, it's a love letter. It's a gift of love for your family.
wow. I love that. That's a letter, a gift letter that you're leaving for your children. So
Yes.
now all these options, when somebody sign up for life insurance, do
Mm-hmm.
they give them all these options to choose from,
Yes.
or the company that you're working with is the one who determine the options that you can have?
Have. Okay, so that's a good question, Dr. Marie, because the clients we deal with, they say, oh yeah, 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 my company has that. But it is limited because as long as you're working for the company, you have the
Mm,
insurance. But
mm,
God forbid something happens, you get sick or you get terminated, the
mhm.
insurance is gone. So we always advise them to get an personal insurance
Personal
that
insurance.
it will be throughout your life and it's yours. And you
Mm,
determine what kind of insurance you want because of course the company they will determine the kind of insurance that will be beneficial for the employer, for the company, and for the
mhm,
employee. But for us, when we're talking about the personal insurance, we get to choose. And
mm,
we say like, oh, I don't know, but I want a long-term care. One day I'm going to be old. Who will take care of me? I don't want to be a burden to my children. So you
mhm.
have the long-term care. Critical
Yeah.
illness. You don't know what God has written for you. What if one day, God forbid, you get sick? You get a monthly, pension because of your insurance, and they
Mm,
pay for everything, the doctors, hospitals, and whatever is supposed to be paid for. Insurance takes care of that. So I
mm,
I believe that let's open our doors to the insurance and just ask. It doesn't mean that you're going to already get the policy, but always ask. Always
mm.
educate yourself because you never know. It may be the
Absolutely.
decision that you will always be forever thankful for.
Wow, wow, that is very powerful. So if you're listening to this video, this is pretty soon you should be a doctor. I have tendency to call you a doctor. So this is Miss Victoria Ferrer, and she is talking about something that is very powerful. We need to educate ourselves when it comes to life insurance, because life insurance has a lot of goodies that we are not even aware about. So we need, when we talk about life insurance, all we see it's the policy of life insurance. When I pass away, I can leave the policy for my
Mhm.
family. But I realize that there are a lot of goodies in there, and you just need to ask questions. So if
Right.
you have a policy through your company, she just said, do your best to have your own, your
Yes.
personal policy. That's where you can keep it. Because when you do it through the company, the day you get laid off, or you just retire, or you just switch to go to another company, it can be some ceremonies before you can figure out what is going on there. But when you have one that is yours, it's for life, and you can use it while you're still alive, which
Yes.
is a good thing. So that is something that if you have questions, if somebody has a question, Miss Victoria, how can they reach out to you?
Well, you can reach out to me through my email. It's very easy. Victoria Ferrer, VICTORIAFERRER 790 at gmail.com. You're more than welcome. I can explain all the possible options. And we are more than happy. Even if you ask 100 questions, we will be there to answer because we want our clients to be satisfied with what they are getting. We want, at the
Fantastic.
end of the day, we want to help people. I personally want to help people so that they will
It's
have a
beautiful.
better life, quality
That
life.
is beautiful. So you gave your email. Can people reach out to you by phone as well or only by email?
By email, and if there is something that we really need to talk about, I can give them my phone number, Dr. Marie, and we can
Okay.
even connect via Zoom.
Okay. That is even better. That's where you can
Yes,
see that she is a legit person. She's a
yes,
real person. She's not a robot. We
not
are now in
AI.
she is not an AI, so she's a real person. So if you have questions, do not hesitate. Whenever you land on this video, share with your friends, share with somebody who will really benefit from this. So before we can kind of go down on this, I would like to know if somebody has a question and say, hey, Victoria, how can you help me create financial peace of mind? Do you just start by asking the person to lay out all the financial obligations? Do you want them to kind of show all the debt? And how do you, just in snapshot, how do you proceed?
We have like what we call a financial needs analysis, and we
Mm-hmm.
ask the person to answer the questions. We have like a Zoom call so we could see each other face to face. They may have some questions that they didn't think before, but we give them a chance. And we always do like a second call, like for example, okay, Vicky, let me think about it. Okay, let's give another each other another call within the next 48 hours, because the more questions they have, the better, so that by the time they are able to get the policy, they're happy that they were able to get a policy that's suited for them and suited for their family. At the end of the day, it's the purpose, Dr. Marie. It's not
Mm-hmm.
really the profit, but more of the purpose of how many people have I helped so that they don't suffer. We always
Mm-hmm.
have in my the company I work for, no family is left behind, because we make sure that each family is in a well-placed position, that they have peace of mind.
Fantastic. That is very powerful. Just walking them through on the way they can go from financial stress to financial clarity. That is powerful. But if somebody say, there are a lot of financial advisor out there, why should I come to you? Why is your approach to financing planning different from traditional advisors or any other advisor out there? Why should we come to you?
Dr. Marie, I always tell them it's something personal and traumatic. And
Mm-hmm.
I have suffered. I have seen other families suffer as much as I suffered. And
Mm-hmm.
suffering, as you said, I turned it into opportunities in making sure that the community will not experience, because I am there to educate them, to prepare and to empower themselves and finally protect themselves. And this is the way, when don't wait like I did. It was too late when I said, "Oh, I'm healthy. My husband will never die." And then in a split of a second, husband died. What do I do? It's too late. And I don't want that to happen. So let's all just make sure that we have a plan. It may not even be me that you're approaching. You may approach
Mm-hmm.
anyone, but somebody who really cares for your welfare, somebody who is concerned and not there just because they want to earn money, but because their duty is to help somebody who is in need of help.
Thank you very much. That was a good way to end. Somebody who needs help. Sometimes we don't even know that we need help, right?
Yes.
Sometimes we don't even know that we need help until we meet this right person. So I want to tell somebody that if you do not have life insurance, do not keep on putting it on the table and say, I'm going to review. I'm going to review. Now is the time for you to pick up that phone call, to send that email, because you're not going to get the phone number from this, but send that email, reach out to us. If you cannot reach out to Miss Victoria, you can reach out to me. By the way, Miss Victoria, she works with us at Jordan Praise Christian University. So if you go on our Christian University page, you will see, you will be able to send us a message there,
Mhm.
and she'll be able to receive it. You can send it directly to me through our company, Jordan Praise IMBS
Yes.
LLC. It's a marketing, a consulting company. If you come through us, we're still going to get to her. When you reach out, we can also give you her website, which is victoriaferrer.llc.com. So you just take her two names, put llc.com. Very easy. So there you will have more information. So thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us today, Miss Victoria. I'm sure we will bring you back again so that we can learn more, because we need to educate ourselves, and our community needs to hear this more and more, especially for all these goodies that are in the life insurance policy, so that we can see where to position ourselves. So any final word that you have for today that you can share with our audience?
Well, first of all, thank you, Dr. Marie. I'm thankful that I met you. For any one of you who haven't met Dr. Marie, she is an amazing, awesome woman who really cares from the bottom of her heart. She wants to help, sacrificing her time and effort to help as many as she can. And in Joda Priest Christian University, please consider enrolling in it because you feel that you are part of the family and we support you step by step. You are like a toddler. We hold your hand and we support you, especially Dr. Marie, and we bring you to the journey that you are going to reach for your destination. We are there and we will welcome you wholeheartedly because we are one big extended family. So, again, thank you so much, Dr. Marie, for the opportunity. And until the next time, we are here always to help each other and empower each other.
You're so sweet. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. And we're going to say goodbye to our viewers right now. We're going to see you next time. Stay
Until the
blessed.
next time, God
Bye.
bless. Thank you.